Hello YouTube, and welcome back to this week's episode of Reality and Realty. I'm Al Butler, and this week we're going to be discussing how to choose a realtor. And also, when choosing a realtor to find a home, you should take into account the importance of selecting the right one to competently handle your transaction, remembering that buying real estate is one of the largest purchases that an individual can make in their lifetimes, and also as well as the most amount of money that one person can spend in a single transaction, with the exception of purchasing a car. So you want to make sure that you're getting the most professional, knowledgeable, and capable person that you possibly could find. So today we'll go over a few suggestions and questions you may want to ask when interviewing candidates right after this. Welcome back. So like most professions, experience is not necessarily a guarantee of skill, but many aspects of real estate are learned on the job, just like any other profession. So a few questions you may want to ask would be the following. Here's a good starter question. How long have you been in residential real estate? And is it your full-time job? And although these questions don't give you much information about their ability, they're more of the icebreaker type of questions that should initiate further conversation. But note, do not automatically negate newer real estate agents right off the bat. They are the freshest, they have the most zest and enthusiasm to do the best job that they can to prove to you that they're worthy. I've had the pleasure to meet and work with a new realtor when I first purchased some investment properties here in the Las Vegas area some years ago. I was her first client, and to this day, she's still a very good friend and fellow realtor. And another question you may want to ask is, do you have any special designations or certifications? Again, this question may not necessarily give you a true measure of that agent's ability, but it does show you that they've extended their basic training and knowledge by taking advanced classes and courses to receive these certifications that set them apart from the rest. These designations denote an area of real estate specialty, and a few of the most common designations are the following. ABR, or Accredited Buyer's Representative, which means that he or she specializes in representing buyers. The next one would be SRS, or Seller's Representative Specialist, which is one who specializes in representing sellers. And the next would be CRS, or Certified Residential Specialist, which is basically one who specializes in all aspects of residential real estate. And lastly, VAREP, or Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals, which is a designation bestowed upon realtors who have taken the necessary coursework to specialize in working with our veterans and purchasing homes using VA loans. Another suggested question would be, what's your business philosophy? There's no right or wrong answer with this one here, but that response may help you to assess what's important to that agent and determine how closely that agent's goals align with those of your own. Now, this next question you might want to ask is a little more common. How many buyers did you represent, or how many properties did you sell within the last year? This will tell you how much experience they may have and how up to date that they are in the local market. Okay, so this next question will give you a bit more insight on the agent's ability to get you a fair deal. And that question is going to be, what's the variation between your initial offers and final sales prices? Now, a variation in this instance basically means the difference of the initial offer price and the agreed upon or final sales price. For instance, let's say the agent submitted an initial offer on your behalf for a property whose asking price was $200,000, and the submitted offer was for $175,000. And after the final agreed upon sales price came in at $185,000, the variation would be $15,000. Then you'd average that with a few other recent transactions. This would be an indicator of the realtor's pricing and negotiating skills, which means more money in your pocket. Okay, now this next question is a bit more complex. However, we'll touch on it, but go more into depth during the next episode when we discuss agency relationships. And that question is, will you represent me exclusively, or might you also represent the seller as well? Now, this is what we refer to in the business as a dual agency, or a double agent to some. And what this means is that the realtor you choose can, with your written permission, represent the interests of both the buyer and the seller. Now that just doesn't sound like it could work out for you, right? But believe it or not, it actually can in certain situations. Also, it's actually illegal in some states. So I suggest you look at your local laws to see if this would apply to you and your area. So, it would be fair to surmise that your local real estate agents are generally considered to be the area professionals and have a host of contacts with lenders, as well as many secondary retail businesses, utility companies, contractors, etc., who service homeowners after the purchase is completed. Hence, a good question to ask a realtor would be, can you assist in finding me a lender or recommend someone to make home repairs and guide me to some of my local utility companies? And in addition, you may want to ask them for more than one of each so that you'll have a choice, as well as inquire if they have any special relationships with them that you'd like them to disclose. This next question should go without saying, but believe me, I've come across some crappy agents whose communication skills are, let's just say, below standards. And the question is, will you keep me informed about the progress of my transaction and how? Okay, so we all admit that everyone's communication skills are different and everyone has a different style of doing business. And I'm a stickler for communication and believe that more is and will always be better than less when it comes to information. I'll over-inform, and my clients can choose to use or chuck whatever information is not useful for them. Also, your realtor should be asking you what's your preferred means of communicating information to you and vice versa. Some prefer phone calls, some text, email, and even FaceTime. Remember this, an agent who pays close attention to the way that you prefer to receive your information and status updates, plus responds accordingly, will make for the smoothest transactions. So that's going to complete this week's topic of choosing a realtor. And as far as the Q&A, there were no questions from last week. So I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to all of those who supported the channel thus far, with a special mention to Belle, Kimberly, my mom, Agatha Harrell, William and Janice Cole, all who've offered encouraging words, commentary, questions, friendship, and unwavering support to keep this going. Plus everyone else who continue to push me to proceed forward with the channel in spite of being so busy and already having a full plate, in order to give back to those who need. And a special shout out and thanks to Jacqueline from Pittsburgh, PA, who will soon become a real estate investor. Thanks for reaching out and supporting the channel. I wish you much success and will help you as best I can to achieve your goals. Thank you. Alrighty, that's gonna do it for this week's video. I hope the information was helpful to you, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And until next time, may the spirits of peace, prosperity, love, and good health be with you all. Thanks again. I'm Al Butler.